Hello everyone and welcome to video number 6 from the Infinity Academy. This video might be one of the most important videos to watch from the whole Academy, and it's the 5 different ways to use a stop loss or to exit the trade early in minus. It's a very important video, and I get this question a lot during our live sessions that I do 5 days a week every morning at 1:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or 6:30 a.m. UK time, is that I use a certain stop loss that is not so conventional as other traders might use. Now, this is a stop loss that I call the trend stop loss, and it is pretty far away from my entry price and definitely doesn't give a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio as most people prefer to have. Now, the reason for this video is that I want to show you what I see during the day on a certain trade when I am in a trade that is in minus, and where I see that there might be a turning point, and that's exactly the reason why I personally prefer to use a bigger stop loss, not as a stop loss as you're used to use a stop loss to get out of the trade automated early, but to only protect my account, just for the purpose of protecting my account. So I'm going to show you guys the 5 different options to go out of a trade that doesn't go your direction. And I chose the Euro USD 15 minutes with the 1 hour confirmation trend line as a downtrend, the 15-minute trend line confirmed to be a downtrend, and here I get a sell arrow early in the morning. Not a good time to trade for me, as I should be sleeping, but let's say I took this sell and I decided to go to R5, resistance 5, or maybe even till pivot level. Depends on the amount of pips. As we said before, when those are more than 10 pips, I will probably take that in 2 trades. So this would be my take profit 1. And my take profit 2 would definitely be pivot 4. Now, another thing to see is that there's a lot of potential in this trade going down a lot more. Here we have another 30 pips and another 30 pips. So it's a 90 pips potential trade, and I really believe in it, and let's say I really want to take this trade. So I'm taking it, but almost straight after I take it, it starts to go into the wrong direction. Now, this can happen even on the best of trades. Now, as we see here later, it becomes all right even on the same day, but it can also not go so right. So timing here is not the most important thing I want to discuss. Now, one of the things that I think is very good to see is that when that entry price line turns from red to green, and you see a couple of candles are going to the wrong direction. So here you see a couple of candles going into the wrong direction. That would be my first level of getting out. That would be my first level of getting out. If I want to get out early, if I have a sniper entry of a perfect sell, I do not see this entry line becoming green. So for that reason, this is the early exit to see the lines change. Then the second exit, to exit earlier, is when the price comes sneaking on the other side of the Ichimoku cloud. This means that it entered the Ichimoku cloud, it came into the Ichimoku cloud. Here it's also very interesting, it's on the bottom of Ichimoku cloud but doesn't dare to sneak out to the bottom. That would be a confirmation for me that if it sneaks out on the top, I want to exit the trade manually. Now, what happens a lot is when that price comes out of the Ichimoku trade, out of the Ichimoku cloud, it goes back into the Ichimoku cloud, which means that I do not like it to go out when this happens the first time. But when it goes back into the Ichimoku cloud and it comes out again, and it takes multiple candles to stay above the Ichimoku cloud, that would be a manual exit for me as well. So that is reason number 2 to exit, staying above the Ichimoku cloud. Then we have a very important level to realize, and that's the R8 level, or even better, the +1 and 1.5 level. So if we would measure this pivot level 15, and I would go another 15 above, we are on the what we call the +1 level. If it's on the bottom, it's the -1 level. Then if I calculate another 7.5 pips on top of that, it would be the 1.5 level. Not a really common level to use, but look how the price actually hit that. And of course 15 pips from there would be the +2 level. Now based on that, you can use a stop loss on the +1 level. As we know, it's highly oversold and pivots might shift upwards and the whole thing might start to keep going up, or the +1.5 level. These are levels that I explained in my pivot strategy before, strategy 1 and strategy 2, but these are pivot levels that I would say I might want to go out as well. Then we have the other levels. That are the levels of the minor trend and the major trend line. So basically when the price is going through the minor trend line and it did not resist, that would be a stop loss level for me as well. And then last but not least, the level which I call the trend stop loss, which means the moment of entry. This would be my trend stop loss. And that is a trend stop loss that I really like to use myself. It is a trend stop loss where the price needs to cross the entry level price and the trend, the major trend, so basically the 1 hour trend line in this case. And you see it does not hit. Now what is very, very important for this to work is to measure from there to there that it's always less than 200 pips if you use 5 trades at the same time. Your account will blow up about a -1000 pips. So if you have 5 trades that all go wrong with -200 pips, you definitely blow up your account, depending on your leverage, maybe even a bit earlier. Now I personally do not have more than 2 trades in heavy drawdown, because if I have, I'm going to decide to not trade a lot more till they recover, or I'm taking small trades and I'm start to breaking them down. On my YouTube channel you can find holiday videos, holiday theory videos, where this is more explained, as in account cleanup and account management. So here we have the 5 different ways of exiting the trade. The first one, when the entry line changes. And I'm going to type them out for you so you have them all very clear in one spot. When entry line changes to wrong color. 2. The second reason why to go out. 2 is price goes to wrong side of Ichimoku cloud. 3. Price crosses important pivot levels, R8 or +1 in this case. 4. Price crosses, so it doesn't mean it needs to touch it, it needs to really cross the minor trend line. And 5. Price crosses the major trend line. And this is what I mostly call my trend stop loss, and the minor trend line I mostly call my daily stop loss for people who are coming to my daily sessions. And the reason I call this the daily stop loss is because basically in the same day as I want to trade as an intraday trader with my daily stop loss, the price will or do what I want or it will not do what I want. But either way I have results. So I have a positive result or I have a negative result. Results don't mean that it is always positive result. So on the daily stop loss, I just choose to go out early and accept that certain result. When I'm trading with a trend stop loss, that trend stop loss might not hit today, might not hit this week, might not even hit in the upcoming 2 or 3 weeks, which actually means I have a lot of time to trade other pairs while this one is open and taking some time to go down. Now with this strategy, the most important one is faith and patience, because this is a downtrend and it does make some crazy spikes here, it does make some crazy moves, but within the first day they all come down and actually hitting your take profit 1 and take profit 2 just a couple of hours later, and it might even take a day or 2 to completely recover, but a lot of trades are actually coming to your take profit as you are following the trend. So definitely test this strategy on a demo account when you're just starting, but I can tell you the strategy works and it works for a lot of people. We have over 2,000 people using the Infinity trading tools as of this moment, June 2020. We are going to make many more videos with the Infinity trade lines. I have a couple of videos that are coming up. One of them is a scalping strategy on the 15 minutes but dropping to a lower time frame with Infinity while you keep the 15 minutes on pivots. That's going to be an amazing strategy. A lot of people asked me for it when I once said I took a lot of trades for 5-6 pips over a 1 day period. It was about 30 to 40 trades and all of them hit take profit. So that kind of strategy is a very time consuming strategy but a very lucrative strategy as well. Also there will be strategy videos specifically for metals, there will be videos for oils, for digital currencies and for indices. So there will be, and maybe even for stocks. So there will be multiple videos added to this playlist on YouTube, added to my channel on YouTube. So please guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel, make sure you hit that bell so you actually get a notification when new videos come out. Subscribing alone unfortunately doesn't really help. It's very important to hit the bell so you actually get a notification when there is a new video coming out regarding the Infinity trading tools. Guys, I want to thank you so much for watching the first 6 videos with me. A lot of extra videos are gonna come and I hope to see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.